Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Morton from the New York Times, and today I'll be interviewing presidential candidate Hugh Jackson. Here's some information about Hugh and his campaign.
My fellow Americans, I am presidential candidate Hugh Jackson. I have taken into consideration many of the problems immigrants are facing, as it is my duty to provide for you. I esteem foreigners no better nor worse than American-born citizens. We all deserve a free life and should not let the lives of others be affected because of their race, ethnicity, wealth, or condition. I would like to create a more open and connected environment. These tenement conditions we are making people live in are unacceptable. Filthy, crowded, and unhealthy housing is not ideal and is definitely not how we should be treating citizens. Immigrants are no different than those around you. As president, I would make sure the tenements were safe and clean. Houses would be built in order to have enough space for one family. A huge issue I have is the unwelcoming of immigrants. Families being detained and separated is traumatizing. No family should ever have to go through that. Angel and Ellis Island will be changed and allow immigrants to come over to America without having to go through violating inspections and tests. What we make these humans go through is intolerable. I will do my best to change the way immigrants are treated and the conditions they live in. The Chinese Exclusion Act shall not be enforced. It is unfair to discriminate against them due to their nationality and culture. No matter who you are, you can still perform the same duties. People willing to work and simply being told no because they are Chinese is not helping our case in America. We need people who are willing to do work and provide for everyone. These immigrants get paid in such little amounts for the harsh conditions and long hours they work. They completed hard, back-breaking tasks. If I was your president, I would make sure that minimum wage would be required for everyone. Everyone in this country deserves to be able to support their family and have a good standard of living. No matter where they are from, they are all human. Your hard work will be worth it for the money you would receive. I am in this for the immigrants. I will do whatever it takes to get all of you in great conditions and allow you to live the life you deserve. If you vote me, Hugh Jackson, for president, I can assure you this country will change for the better.
Now that you've seen what he wants to bring to the table, we'll get started. Nice to see you, sir.
And you, Elizabeth.
Alright, well, what is some basic information we should know about you?
Well, my name is Hugh Jackson. I am 52 years old, and I was born and raised in New York City. My grandparents were immigrants from Germany. I attended Harvard University and then was a professor there for more than 30 years.
Interesting. What did you teach?
I taught world history.
Great. Now what made you want to run for president?
I have seen the issues going on in this country and knew that I needed to run for president to help fix as much as I can.
If you were president, what is the main thing that you would change?
If I was president, I would change the immigration process and make immigrants transition into America easier and more welcoming.
So what is your take on immigration?
I think immigration is a good thing that can bring many improvements and new ideas into our country.
Why do you want to help the immigrants?
I know what the immigrants go through and have to deal with during the immigration and transition process. And they deserve to be treated so much better.
I agree. What is some background information on your platform?
The main aspect of my platform are to make tenements cleaner and safer, make Ellis and Angel Island more welcoming to immigrants, reforming the Chinese Exclusion Act, enforcing the minimum wage requirements for immigrants, and building more housing for immigrants to reduce the crowds in tenements.
What do you think about the inspection process immigrants go through in Angel and Ellis Island?
The inspection process there is extremely dehumanizing and harsh, and it needs to be fixed.
Well, what would you do to fix this process?
I would want to make physical exams less violating, make the mental exams more reasonable, and make the workers nicer and more welcoming.
Great. What new laws will you make if you become president?
I will make laws to keep the tenements in good condition and make the laws to allow more immigrants to cross the border.
What do you think we can do to make the immigrants' transition to America easier?
We can provide translators and English classes at immigration centers, clean and upgrade tenements, and provide startup jobs for immigrants.
What do you think about the living conditions of the immigrants?
The living conditions in tenements are crowded and unsafe. There are so many people living in one small area that people are being forced to sleep on the floor or fire escape. It is completely unreasonable, and they deserve better.
So what do you think you can do to fix that issue?
We can build more immigrant housing and make sure the tenements are clean and safe for immigrants to live in.
All right, we'll be back after this short break.
Hello everyone, my name is Hugh Jackson and I am running for president. Do you want a president who doesn't support equal rights? Of course not. The tenements are so dirty and they are a health hazard. Nobody should have to live in these conditions. If you vote for me, I'll mop the tenements clean. I'll make sure that all working immigrants get paid at least minimum wage. Everyone deserves to be treated equally, no matter where they are from. I'm Hugh Jackson and I approve this message.
And we're back. Let's pick up where we left off. So why should native-born Americans vote for you?
They should vote for me because my platform shows how much I care about all groups of people. And I will let immigrants in that will bring things to improve our country for everyone.
Why do you think immigrants should be equal to American citizens?
They are all human, and everyone in this country deserves equal rights. There isn't one person or one group of people who deserve more rights and a better life than other people in America.
I completely agree. What is your view on the Chinese Exclusion Act?
The Chinese Exclusion Act is completely wrong and unnecessary. The Chinese immigrants have done nothing but help improve our country, and they deserve to be allowed to immigrate here if they want to. When I get elected, it is very important to me to reform this act.
Incredible. What do you think about the immigrants' children being separated from them?
It is extremely wrong that systems in this country would separate families who are already going through very stressful and traumatic times. No matter what reason they could come up with, it is completely wrong.
I couldn't agree more. It seems completely wrong to be separating families. So who do you think should win this election?
I think I should win this election.
Why is that?
I would use my power to help the people without power in this country have a voice in the government.
What makes you think that you can make a difference in this country?
I think I have the determination and ideas to improve this country, especially in immigration aspects.
Are you just running for president for the money?
Not at all.
What will you do with the money you make?
I will give money to charities and use it to help maintain good living conditions in tenements.
Do you think the amount of people living in the tenements is an issue?
I think it is a very big issue, and having so many people in one small area is unsanitary and unsafe.
I see where you're coming from with that. Who do you look up to and why?
I look up to my friend Charlie because he migrated here and has made himself into a successful businessman after dealing with so much throughout his life.
So what do you think your chances are for winning the election over your opponents?
I think I have a good chance of winning this election.
Why is that?
My platform is helping all groups of people in this country, compared to my opponents who are only targeting to help certain groups of people.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Alright guys, that's all we have time for today. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to take this interview into consideration when you cast your vote. He sure has my vote. Have a great night, everybody.